Good morning, class. We seem to have some people struggling identifying compound, complex sentences, and so on with the review exercises that we did this last week. So I pulled 3 sentences from that review, and I'm going to go over it again so that when you take your final test for this chapter later this week, maybe you can do a little better. Okay, so you got to remember that a compound sentence has two or more independent clauses. That means it's two sentences combined by and, or, but, those type thing, conjunctions. A complex sentence has one independent and at least one subordinate clause. Remember, subordinate clauses have a subject and a verb, but they begin with a word that makes them into a clause, like who or that. Okay, so a compound complex has two or more independent clauses and at least one subordinate. And a simple sentence has one independent clause, which is a complete sentence and no subordinate. So I did sentence one. People who are learning a new sport often begin by mastering basic skills, and they usually are very enthusiastic. Okay, so here's my sentence. People often begin by mastering basic skills. There's one independent clause. They usually are very enthusiastic. That's my second independent clause. My subordinate is an adjective clause describing people who are learning a new sport. So it follows. It has two independent, one sub, so it's compound complex. So you're going to have to go back and use last chapter's grammar lessons to help you do these by identifying your key words. Okay? Here's a complex. Remember, complex has one independent and at least one subordinate. One of the most common problems that beginners face is coordination. Here's my independent clause, my sentence. One of the most common problems is coordination. Well, it's describing what kind of problems that beginners face. Notice this is my subordinate clause. I have one independent, one subordinate, so this is a complex sentence. Here's a compound. A compound is made up of two complete sentences joined by a conjunction of some sort. This one's or. Obviously, learning something new takes time and work. There's one independent clause. It would not be worthwhile. Second independent clause. So this is a compound sentence. So watch this video, maybe even a couple times to help you. If you have more questions, please get a hold of me. Maybe we need to do a Zoom or something for some of you on these type of problems. So watch this closely. Like I said, review your keywords. It might be helpful for you to go through and maybe even underline or write them down and do it. That might be one way of helping you. So I hope this helps you out. Have a good day, and it's beautiful outside.